partida ka pag nanalo ka ng bagong bahay sa pina-level up na TFC Win From Home Season 2. Just watch, answer, and win. Manalo monthly or win the pina-level up na grand prize, a brand new house and lot. Just watch TFC shows and movies every day. Choose TFC sa online form and answer the question of the day. Join us at TFC Win From Home Season 2.
Canadians always show up for each other. Together, we helped families and businesses get through the pandemic. We made sure vaccines were available for everyone, and we worked as a team to keep our loved ones healthy and safe. We pulled together when it was needed the most, because that's how we accomplish big things. So let's keep going. Let's keep working to make things better and leave no one behind. Let's keep moving forward for everyone.
World Remit helped me give you the best start in life. Even if I couldn't be there to see it. I know it wasn't easy comparing yourself to your friends. But the money I sent home meant that you could be right there alongside them today. I'm so proud to be your mother. Almost as proud as you must be now that you're starting an incredible new chapter.
Ang programang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Action Honda, where car ownership is made easy. Located at 4334 Kingston Road, Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Come to Action Honda. Whether bibili ka o hindi, it's always a pleasure to talk sa kababayan. Mabuhay!
Great car deals in action. Your Filipino friends ready at your service. Test drive at Action Honda today.
I love Filipino music, Pinoy Radio.
Four radio stations in one great app. MCBN Media Group app is a must-have app for all global Pinoys who love music. Free to download. Pinoy Radio, today's best Filipino music, plays the latest pop music with a mix of good old throwback OPM hits. Crosswave, the right hit music mix. America's Top 40 CHR Internet Radio slides back from the 90s and 2000s playlist, and today, Jeepney Pinoy Radio. Tara, sakay na! Let's rock and roll! The alternative way to listen mainstream and Pinoy indie music, OPM rock, and rap. Handpicked into one great playlist with live and acoustic versions, plus featured Tunog Kalye faves. MCBN Radio, 24/7 of the most listened American and British throwback hits from the 70s and 80s, with live broadcast feature and serving as the voice of the community. MCBN TV, live TV programs and mainstream blogs from great entertainment personalities and social media influencers. Download now. Magkaibang pananaw, kanya-kanyang opinyon, tapatan, tapatan. Hindi lahat ng panahon magkatugma. Hindi lahat ng pagkakataon naaayon. Opinyon mo, opinyon ko. Salpukan ng saloobin. Kanton Veloso. Oras na para sa Tapatan. Saturdays at 2 p.m. Eastern. Time to pump up your weekend afternoons with us. Tapatan, another PinoyRadio.com special on Saturdays.
There you go, folks. Good morning. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Tapatan. Saturday edition tayo ngayon. Good morning, Philip.
Good morning, Katapat, Navon, and good morning to all our listeners around the world. Coming to you live from Scarborough, Philip Veloso po.
Yes, ito naman po ang inyong lingkod, si Von Canton. Siyempre, magkasama tayo ngayon sa Tapatan at meron tayong special guest na makakatapat ngayong umaga, part of our special election coverage. Monday is election day, which is exactly 48 hours before
48
election
hours.
day in Canada, and we'll be picking another government, either liberal, conservative, maybe the NDP. We don't know, but we have a guest this morning to share with us what's going on and what's going to happen if another liberal government will win. All right, Philip, how's our COVID update today?
Well, alam mo, katapat, for the last week, we've been watching the report. Parang lumalabas mga nag-average ng Ontario. We're talking about Ontario. About 800 ang ating average cases per day. But ito yung maganda rito, no. Hindi maganda siya, pero ito yung it caught my attention na almost 90%, pare ko, is unvaccinated.
90%, okay.
Almost
Likely. Yeah, ganun talaga mangyayari.
Out of 190 yung unvaccinated cases, ano. So,
okay.
ang tanong dito is doon sa ating mga unvaccinated friends and listeners, ano pang hinihintay nyo, di ba?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I think we have the backup of the science and the medical expert na vaccination really works for everybody.
So ano ba sa tingin mo ang dahilan kung bakit nagkakaroon sila ng second thought na hindi magpa-vaccine until now?
Well, I mean, okay, talking to some friends and some people, even family members, you know, they don't believe the vaccine just because why should I put something that's unproven inside my body? Yun ang kanilang mga reasoning, which, you know, I respect that reasoning kung yun ang kanilang reason. Pero ang tanong ko, ikaw, katapat, lahat ba ng inilalagay mo sa katawan mo is proven and been, you know, talaga bang satisfied ka na ito lahat na ito ay tested and good for your body? Tulad ng medicine, right? Marami tayong iniinom, mga Tylenol, mga, you know, any kinds of
na-approve
medicine.
na ito ng FDA, kaya natin
Diba?
it's available commercially. Same with the vaccine, approved naman rin naman ito ng FDA. So we don't know really what's stopping them to do it. So anyway, I hope ano sabay-sabay natin labanan tong pandemic by having the jabs para lang you know, at least makontrol na natin ito at magto 2 years na tayo, nakakapagod na.
Yeah,
So
at
for some, yes.
ang isa pa napakaganda rito, hindi ka na maghahanap kung saan pa yung vaccine. Nandiyan na sa harapan mo, di ba?
That's right. That's right.
The City of Toronto started a program on the subway line, sa lahat ng drugstore, sa lahat ng all the conveniences are there. So ano pang hinihintay natin? Di ba? Ang kailangan talaga, show up, you know, wala namang question to be asked, walang identification to be asked. So, what else? Yun lang ano. Let's take the vaccination.
Anyway, without further ado, partner, it's a beautiful Saturday morning here in Canada. Sabi nga nung ating guest kanina, napakaganda ng panahon, napakaganda ng araw. So let's bring our guest this morning, part of our election update. Election is happening in 48 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Honorable MP or Member of Parliament of Scarborough Centre, Salma Sahid. Salma, good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning,
Welcome.
everyone. Good morning, Philip. Mabuhay. Hope everyone is doing well on a bright and sunny day.
And welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Okay, Philip, do you want to throw the first question or should I do it?
Well, I will ask Mrs. Said here. How's the campaign going? And because there's only 48 hours left, would you say you've done your job?
Thanks, Philip. Thanks a lot. And my team and myself, we have been working very hard since the writ was dropped. So for the last 5 weeks, we have knocked every door in our riding. And we had important conversations with our constituents about their issues, the issues which are important to them. And I love campaigning, knocking on doors. So I'm really proud of my team, of the work which they have put in this election. I have an amazing team of volunteers who have been here day and night. Last time, I think our office closed around 2 o'clock at night. So there is a lot of energy, enthusiasm, and we are getting ready for the big day, which is in about 48 hours. So
You excited?
we have done our best, and we will, in the next 48 hours also, we will continue the work in making sure that we have important conversations with our constituents about the work which myself and our government have done in the last 6 years, and the work which we will do if elected.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so follow-up question, Salma. Election day is coming Monday, which is September 20th. Whichever party wins will form the government and will face big challenges brought by the pandemic, from the economic recovery, the COVID-19 effect, social services. How do you think the government or the new government will deal with it if the Liberal government will win?
Thanks, Vaughn, for this question. And of course, we are at a very important point in the history of our country. We have faced so many challenges. All the Canadians have faced so many challenges in the last 1.5 years dealing with the pandemic. It is, I think, something of one of the thing in our generation. I didn't even hear from my parents about something like this. So it's an important point where Canadians need to have their say, that as we rebuild back after this pandemic, as more and more Canadians are being vaccinated, now we are close to 80% of Canadians who have already been vaccinated. Economy is opening. We have to build back. This pandemic has changed a lot.
Mhm.
The way we will be looking at things has changed. So it is really very important to have Canadians say that what type of a country we want, not just in the next year, but down the road for next 5 years, next 10 years. Whether we want to move forward with the progress which we have made in the last 6 years, or unturn what we have achieved. When this pandemic hit us here in Canada back in March 2020, where lockdowns happened, I am really grateful to the Liberal government for bringing the programs to make sure that help was provided to all Canadians. Programs were introduced with the support of the hardworking bureaucrats. Programs like Sept, Canada Emergency Relief Benefit, which provided support to over 9 million Canadians. Support was provided to small businesses. I represent so many businesses owned by immigrants. If you walk along Lawrence, you will see that people from all parts of the world have come and they have called home. I think very soon we will have to call Lawrence as a food street. We have the famous Effie Foods there, Jesse Jr. So supports were provided to the businesses like business loans, rent subsidy, wage subsidy. And when I talk to many of the business owners, they tell me that because of these supports, they were able to keep their doors open. Many families were able to bring food to the table for their families. They didn't have to face evictions because support was provided through Sept. So Canadians have made a lot of sacrifices in the last many months. We have seen that the pandemic, our seniors were hit by the pandemic. The first and the second wave was very tough for our long-term cares.
Mhm.
We lost so many of our parents, grandparents, so many important members of our community. I'm also thankful to our frontline workers, our personal support workers, our doctors, our nurses, people who work at the grocery stores, who made sure that they were there when we needed food, who made sure that they put their lives on risk to make sure that we are safe. So now, as we get through this pandemic, it's a time to rebuild. So it's important to have Canadians say that what type of a country they want. We have proposed in our platform that if elected, we will hire more doctors, nurses. We will train 50,000 PSWs. We will increase the per hour wage of all the PSWs to $25. We saw when the
Wow.
pandemic hit the long-term cares, there was a shortage of PSWs.
Mhm.
And there was so much pressure on the PSWs in our long-term cares, but there was a shortage. So there is a definite need of hiring more PSWs because Canadian Armed Forces and Red Cross had to come to our long-term cares to take care of our parents and grandparents. So we will make sure that if elected, we will hire more PSWs, we will hire more doctors and nurses, because the health and safety of Canadians is the most important thing for us. So if elected, the most important thing for us is to finish the fight with COVID-19. And we have seen that as the pandemic has hit, a lot of things has changed. Many immigrant communities, many marginalized communities, women have been affected adversely. I've been a part of the Standing Committee on Citizenship and Immigration, and I heard it very clearly when we did the study on the impact of COVID-19 on women, that women were adversely affected because I represent a riding where there are intergenerational homes. Mothers had to take care of their children because they were doing online classes. They had to take care of their parents because we were all very protective about our parents and grandparents to make sure that they are safe. So even now, when we see that the economy is opening, many Canadians have started going to work. We have gained a big chunk of the jobs which we lost in the initial part of the pandemic. Women are not going back to the work at the same rate the way men are going. So we are proposing that if elected, we will make sure that there is an affordable $10 a day daycare for the families with young kids. This will be a game changer for our economy. Because there is no recovery without a she recovery. So we definitely want that our women should be able to get back to work. So we have proposed and we have had agreements with many of the provinces, and I am very hopeful that Ontario will also soon enter into agreement with the federal government, and we will reduce the cost of the daycare by 50% by next year, and it will be $10 a day by 2026. That's a game changer. The daycare program which the Conservatives are proposing will only benefit the rich people. It will not benefit the families in my riding, because I represent a group of hardworking people who are working hard to join the middle class. So if you do the analysis of the two programs which the Liberals are proposing and the Conservatives are proposing, you will see that the tax credits which the Conservatives are giving will only benefit the rich people and will only save about $1,000 for families per year. Whereas the Liberal proposed program for the daycare will save $11,000 per year for the families.
Okay.
So when I have been in the last few weeks, I have been talking to many families, and parents of young kids really are looking forward to this $10 a day daycare. So they have been talking to me how important it is to them and their families.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a big help.
Yeah, I think it will be a game changer for our economy. It will be a big help for the families who represent the real middle class Canadian families.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing. Sounds like a solid plan. Now, Philip, please go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, my question is related to the maybe most of the answer is coming already from you. The question that everyone is asking, and I need to ask this question, is why having this type of election? Why are we having this election in the middle of this pandemic? So this is the question that I've been hearing on TV, I've been hearing in radio, I've been hearing every day.
Thanks, Philip, for this question, and I think it is on the mind of many Canadians. So I'll just so the mandate which we got in 2019, no one knew that we will get into pandemic. So in 2019, the elections happened in October. Just after a few months in March, lockdowns happened, and we had to deal with COVID-19 pandemic. The way the things are working, so much has changed. As now, as we are coming towards the end of the pandemic, more and more Canadians are being vaccinated, and we are opening our economy. Things are getting back to normal. It is really very important that the Canadians have their say, that what type of a country they want, not just next year, but down the road in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, whether we want to move forward for our seniors, for our youth, for our women, or unturn all the progress which we have done. Canadians have made a lot of sacrifices in the last 18, 19 months. We had to lock down, close our businesses. Many families were not able to meet their parents and grandparents. Many families were not able to meet their extended members over the important festivals like Christmas, Easter, Eid. So families have been isolated from each other.
Yeah.
So let's not put all the progress behind. We have vaccinated almost close to 80% of the Canadians. If you compare the vaccination rates among the G7 and G20 countries, Canada is on the top of the list.
Mm-hmm.
We have enough vaccines in Canada for every eligible Canadian to be vaccinated. I would encourage those who have not got their vaccination as yet to please get their vaccination, because vaccinations is the only way to get out of this pandemic. That's the only way we can put this pandemic behind us and get back to our normal life.
Yeah. Okay. Salma, this campaign is a heated one between especially the conservatives and the liberal. The latest survey right now shows that liberals is in the lead by 2%, up by the from the conservatives. Now, my question is, what happens if we have another minority government this coming Monday election? How are you going to deal with it?
Gonna have another election?
Assuming that we have another minority government. So, of course, we are aiming for majority. That's why this election maybe was called. Yeah, please go ahead.
We are at an important point in the history of this country. I think I have full trust in Canadians that they will make a right decision in what type of a country they want. I think it is really very important that we work together to move forward for everyone rather than doing that. So let all the progress which we have done go down. After all those sacrifices, I think let's get together. Canadians are going to make a right choice. And I don't believe in these polls, and I don't see these polls. The only poll is when the ballot boxes open after 9:30 on Monday and the votes are casted. So people come and tell me that, okay, like this is the poll, but I say keep knocking doors, keep having those conversations which are really important to Canadians. And I trust Canadians that they will make a right decision on Monday. Millions of Canadians have already voted, and millions of Canadians will be voting on Monday between 9:30 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. And I trust the Canadians fully that they will make a right decision, whether they want to move forward with the platform which the Liberals have proposed, or where they want to go back with the Conservatives.
All right. Philip, please go ahead.
How are we doing in time, Bon? Are we good?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Go ahead.
Okay, so I think again, there's only a few hours left in your campaigning. Are you still going to be campaigning today and tomorrow, knocking doors on the?
We will be working in the next 48 hours to make sure that we get our message to each and every door, and make sure that we have important conversations about the work which we have done, and what work we will be doing. So this is an important election, and the Liberals is the only party which has a plan to finish the fight against COVID-19, to make sure that we have better healthcare for everyone, to make sure that a home is affordable for everyone, and we build a more resilient economy. So the Liberals have this plan. It is the only party which can make sure that we move forward for our seniors, for our youth, for our immigrant communities, for our marginalized communities. So let's vote for a progressive Liberal government on Monday.
When you start talking to these people, when you are talking to the people in your constituent, how they are responding to the issue that you are trying to brought it to them?
When we are knocking doors, having conversations, I have been having some important conversations about the issues which are important to the people. The families have told me how our policies in the last 6 years have made their life easier. I'll just give you one example. Canada Child Benefit, which we implemented when we came into power in 2015. That was one of the first few things which we implemented, has really made a difference in the life of the people. People tell me that with increased Canada Child Benefit, they have been able to enroll their kids in extracurricular activities. They have been able to afford healthy food for their families. It has lifted so many kids out of poverty. I've been having some important conversations on. I represent a big chunk of immigrant communities who came from different parts of the world and have called Canada as their home. Family reunification in the immigration is really very important to the families. In the last 6 years, we have made a lot of progress to make sure that families are reunited. Spousal applications used to take almost close to 3 years from many parts of the world. We streamlined it and brought it into 12 months window. We have done some important work in regards to the caregiver community. I have been having important conversations with many community members who are in caregiving. They were not able to bring under the old programs, they were not able to bring their spouses and their dependent kids along with them. And it was like I had heard a lot of stories from the people when they used to tell me that how they feel being away from their families. So the changes which we brought to the caregiver program, based on that, the caregivers can bring their spouses and their dependent kids with them, and they don't have to be away. Family reunification is really very important for all the families in my riding. And I assure them that I will continue that work on that. Parents and grandparents quota was 5,000 per year when we came into power in 2015. Now it is 20,000 per year. Canadians can sponsor their parents and grandparents, and annually we have 20,000 spots in our quota. So some of these things have really helped the families to reunite with their parents, with their spouses, with their dependent kids. We have done important work to make sure that we build a more inclusive Canada where no one is left behind. Everyone is part of that prosperity. We have seen that the statistics show that immigrant communities, marginalized communities have been hit very hard in this pandemic because they didn't have the luxury to work from home. They had to travel on TTC to get to work. Many of my community members work as frontline workers, either in hospitals, long-term cares, or in grocery stores. So they were more exposed to this virus. So we have to make sure that we build a more inclusive Canada where no one is left behind. And I'm really proud of one thing. I'm really proud of one thing which we have been able to fight for the people in Scarborough. That's the extension of the Scarborough subway. Federal government has committed $2.26 billion towards the extension of the Scarborough subway. From Kennedy Station, it will be extended all the way up to Shepherd and McCavan, and there will be 3 new stations, 2 in our riding. And Philip knows about that. The one will be at Lawrence and McCavan, and the second one at Scarborough Town Centre, and the third one at Shepherd and McCavan.
So Philip
that
will benefit from it.
the commute times for many families.
No, because actually, that's my my follow-up question to you is, how is this subway line supporting your campaign? That's the question that I would like to ask. But you already gave us the answer. So
this extension of Scarborough subway will help a lot of families to reduce their commute time. People like Philip who go downtown to work, and our youth who are studying in universities in downtown, they have to change so many buses and RT to get to their universities or families. So as we build this subway, people will be able to spend more time with their families and the loved ones.
Right. And so, right now the construction is ongoing as we speak. So
yes,
and I can see that. Very good. Thank you so much. Yeah.
All right. So guys, Salma, we wish you all the best this coming Monday, and I hope you get re-elected. So I'm going to get you your last message to your constituents in Scarborough Center as well as the Filipino community there. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Ron. Thanks, Phillips. I just want to, all those who are listening to this, I just want to say to everyone that on Monday, vote for the Liberal Party of Canada, a party which has a plan to finish the fight against COVID-19, which has a plan to have a better healthcare for everyone, to make sure that home is affordable for all Canadians, and build a more resilient economy through programs like $10 a day childcare for a cleaner, greener future for our next generations. So let's vote for the Liberal, vote for Salma Zahid on Monday, September 20th, between 9:30 a.m. to 9:30 p.m.
All right.
Move
Thank you very
forward
much,
for
Salma.
everyone.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
And once again, good luck.
Thank you, Juan. Thanks, Philip.
Thank you.
Salamat.
Okay. Bye. All right. There you go, partner. We just spoke with Salma Zahid of Scarborough Town Center. And tayo naman ngayon, puntahan naman natin sa Vaughan Woodbridge. And
Bong Woodbridge naman. Talagang
yes. But in the meantime, we'll take a quick break and we'll bring in Francisco Sorbara, the Member of Parliament of Vaughan Woodbridge. We'll be right back.
World Remit helped me give you the best start in life. Even if I couldn't be there to see it. I know it wasn't easy comparing yourself to your friends. But the money I sent home meant that you could be right there alongside them today. I'm so proud to be your mother. Almost as proud as you must be now that you're starting an incredible new chapter.
Canadians always show up for each other. Together, we helped families and businesses get through the pandemic. We made sure vaccines were available for everyone, and we worked as a team to keep our loved ones healthy and safe. We pulled together when it was needed the most, because that's how we accomplish big things. So let's keep going. Let's keep working to make things better and leave no one behind. Let's keep moving forward for everyone.
Okay, folks, welcome back sa ating tapatan. Yan, we have 48 hours before election, 2 days before election, and Monday will be a big decision comes dito sa ating election sa Canada. Partner, okay ka ba dyan?
okay na okay, sir. Napakaganda nitong ating ginagawa ito. This is for the community and of course, for our country in general. Dahil we need to be heard dito sa ating pong election ginagawa dahil para tayo magreklamo, kailangan tayo ma-involve. Para tayo makapag-comment, kailangan tayo involved. Dahil
Tsaka
kung
dapat,
hindi tayo
tsaka dapat, partner, malaman din ng tao kung ano ang importance ng election na ito. Bakit kailangan yung bumoto? Where in fact, hindi naman, it's not gonna take much of your time. 5 minutes to vote.
Yes,
That's
no,
I think that's the quickest you can spend.
Actually, we did our advanced voting last Sunday after our program, and not even 10 minutes. There's maybe there's 10 people ahead of us, and it's very talagang very organized. At nandun lahat ang safety and health protocol naman in place.
Yeah,
and that's it. That's all we have.
All right, so let's bring in from Scarborough. Let's go to the city of Vaughan. Let's bring in our good friend, Honorable Francisco Sorbara, Member of Parliament of Woodbridge of Vaughan. Francisco, how are you, my friend?
Hey!
Oh, good morning, Vaughan. Good morning, Philip. How are you doing today? Happy Saturday. Mabuhay.
Mabuhay.
Last time I saw you is at the studio in person. Now we have to do it virtually. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
How are you keeping?
Over here?
How's the campaign going on, Francisco?
The campaign is fantastic. We were out this morning, went to the Woodbridge Farmers Markets. They said hello to a number of people. Reception was really nice, really strong. We just had about 20 people here at the campaign office, and now they're all going out to put up, distribute literature and door knockers, getting ready for Monday and Election Day.
Wow. Your smile suggests that you'll be re-elected on Monday, Francisco. What can you say about that?
We hope so too, that you'll be elected.
Well, thank you for that encouragement. And you know what that's saying, that the voters are always right. And so with God's blessings and your words and the support of my team, we're working hard to make sure that we're re-elected, but we're working hard to make sure we do what's right for the community and represent their interests.
Yes. Everything on the Liberal platform, Francesco, is important, but can you give us at least three, can you highlight at least top three policy changes that your government will implement that has a huge impact for all Canadians?
Yes. No, thank you, Vaughn. The three I would say the most important are, first of all, we need to finish the national daycare accords with all the provinces. We've done 8. We have 2 remaining to do. And when I think about that, for the average family in Brampton and York Region here in the city of Vaughan, that would save them $15,000 a year when they have to put their child in daycare. Those are after-tax dollars. Secondly, on the housing affordability front, we need to work with the municipalities and the provinces to increase the build rate and how fast housing goes up. We need to ban blind bidding. So when people go and purchase a home, they want to make an offer, they actually know what they're looking at. They do this in Australia. They've done it in the United Kingdom. They've done it in Europe. It provides transparency. And then the third thing, I think with regards to healthcare, we need to make sure the provinces have the funds they need. Because of COVID, a lot of things have been delayed. So we need to provide the provinces the funds. They need to invest in healthcare because we know how important healthcare is to Canadians, our national program, and we need to continue this track. So I think those are the 3 big things. We're going to build the Yonge North subway line. We're going to continue investing in infrastructure. We're going to make those key investments. But those are the big 3 for me in this election.
Wow. Very good.
Philip, go ahead.
No, the question is, how's this election different from previous election, especially the campaign that you are doing now under this pandemic?
It's well, we have to wear masks. That's the first thing. We can't show our smiles all the time, but
Right.
those smiles are underneath the mask. And also, I think because we're still in this pandemic, I think Canadians have realized that our government has done a lot for Canadian workers, for Canadian businesses, to support everyone through the pandemic. And now, it's time to decide where the country goes next. It's good time to decide which type of investments we want to make. We want to make them in childcare and early learning. We want to make them in healthcare. Do you want to continue to make them in infrastructure? Do you want to take concrete and robust steps for housing affordability? And I think that's the clear choice that the Canadians have in front of them.
Yeah.
Okay,
Francesco,
so
is straightforward. Go ahead, Philip, please.
No, just to follow up to that question, because I've been hearing it, and I've been even myself, I've been asking this question too: why we are having this election under this pandemic?
Elections happen all the time. They happen during wars. They happen during pandemics. And really, the way I look at it, we needed to go back to Canadians after this these 2 years that we've had this minority government, and we needed to go back to them and say, are you content with the direction we're going? Are you happy with the choices we're making in terms of our investments in childcare and daycare, our investments in infrastructure, fighting climate change, which is also important? We want to get a mandate from the people to continue moving forward. And I think that's, for me, when people ask me that question, I say, look, we've invested $350 billion to have the backs of Canadian workers and businesses. Now we need your voice. We need your input into where we go next. And that, for me, that is why it's so important to have this election. That is why it's so important to elect a Liberal government on Monday, so we continue making those investments and continue taking Canada forward.
There you go. Now I got my answer. Thank you, sir.
Do you think, Francesco, it's a neck to neck? Here's the latest survey right now, and this is from the City News and Nanos and the Globe and Mail, released today. So we're up by 2%, the Liberal Party. Now, the question is, do you think the Liberal will win this election comes Monday? And the second question is, what's going to happen if we have another minority government?
Well, I think first of all, we're going to work hard here, and I'm working very, very hard to ensure that the residents of Vaughan Woodbridge have a local choice, a person that's embedded in the community and with us. I think we will win. I think through a lot of hard work we'll win. And I say that because we have the best policies and the best platform and the best team. And look, we've had, truth be told, the last 6 elections in Canada have ended up in minority governments. So we know they're not something new. And obviously, we will always work across party lines to make sure what we're doing in our platform, in our program, is the right things wanted by Canadians. And we saw that during the pandemic. We saw that we worked with other parties to get things done, even if, for example, the Conservatives did not want to support the wage subsidy, their CERB, or the kind of recovery benefits or the supports for businesses, we worked with other parties to make sure we move forward. And that's what we'll continue. That's the Canadian spirit. I always say voters are always right. They will make that decision. Our job is to communicate our policies and platform to them to ensure that they have the information to make that choice. I encourage everyone to first get out and vote, exercise your democratic duty. At the same time, to vote local, vote for your great MP, vote for your great local MP, such as myself here in Vaughan Woodbridge.
And vote for Francisco Cervera.
Absolutely.
So to all our friends there, you can re-elect Francesco. I think he's doing a good job in Vaughan Woodbridge. Francesco, most of our problems right now are all connected with COVID-19. What is the long-term plan of the Liberal government on this?
So on COVID, I saw the numbers this morning, and this is simple. The way we continue to keep open our businesses, the way our kids stay in school, the way we go back to normal life is encouraging all Canadians to be vaccinated and to get the vaccine. And there are lots of vaccines out there. There's more than enough to vaccinate. And Vaughan and Philip, here in York Region, the city of Vaughan, we are nearly over, I think we're at 87% of York Region residents or thereabouts having received both vaccinations. And that is a testament to the people's belief in science, following the public health officials. And that is allowing us to effectively be open and to remain open.
Okay. Philip?
Okay.
No, I mean, so do you think from knocking on door every day, do you think the message that you're trying to bring out to people, getting across to them?
I definitely believe it's resonating in my riding of Vaughan Woodbridge. I think the residents are happy with the direction the government is going. I think they're happy with our response during the pandemic. They know we had the backs of Canadians during the pandemic, and we continue to do so. And that they know we're going the right direction. Canada is a blessed country. We have a lot. Our economy's recovered. We recovered over 95% of the jobs lost at the beginning of the pandemic have now been recovered. And that is a testament to the government, but it's also a testament to Canadian workers and businesses in terms of doing the right thing.
Wow.
Amazing.
Very good. Very good. So we're in the right track here.
Yes.
Yes.
So anyway, I think the message is clear, and the choices are very clear. I think it's this election is between the Conservatives and the Liberals again, who has the best policy and will benefit all the Canadians. Now I won't gonna hold you that much, Francisco, because I don't want to waste your time. You have to be spending your last 48 hours campaigning with your residents in Vaughan Woodbridge. Now, I want you to send your message, an invitation to both of your constituents in Vaughan Woodbridge, especially the Filipino community.
What I would like to say to all Filipino Canadians across this country, and especially here in Vaughan Woodbridge, I know how hard you work. I know how much you love this country, and every day work hard for you and your families. It's been a pleasure meeting, getting to know, and being entwined with the community. Filipino Canadian Association of Vaughan, yourself, and Erlinda. All the work you do here in the city of Vaughan is amazing. I want to wish the Filipino Canadians a wonderful weekend. I ask for their support. I've worked hard, and I always say is to earn their trust, their respect for another mandate as the Member of Parliament here in Vaughan Woodbridge. And I thank them. The community has been really supportive of me. They've been so kind and generous. And I wish to say truly from the bottom of my heart, a big thank you.
So Francisco, from the program, Tapatan, from the Filipino community, we wish you all the best in Woodbridge, in Vaughan Woodbridge. Like what I said earlier, you're doing an amazing job there, taking care of the seniors, taking care of all our constituents down there in Vaughan. So we want to thank you. Philip, do you have any parting words with Francisco? You're good?
Well, all I would say is good luck on Monday, and God bless and all the best.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Have a wonderful Saturday. God bless everyone.
Thank you, Francisco, and good luck to you. Okay? And we're going to see you later. Bye.
Thank you.
Canadians always show up for each other. Together, we helped families and businesses get through the pandemic. We made sure vaccines were available for everyone, and we worked as a team to keep our loved ones healthy and safe. We pulled together when it was needed the most, because that's how we accomplish big things. So let's keep going. Let's keep working to make things better and leave no one behind. Let's keep moving forward for everyone.
Okay, there you go, folks. Magpapaalam na po kami at napakabilis ng ating oras ngayon, katapat na Philip. Part of our election coverage, there's so many politicians requesting for interview, and I hope na pagbigyan naman natin. Last week, marami tayong Filipino-Canadians na tumatakbo.
Yeah. Good luck to them.
Na-interview na. 4 sila na liberal, isang NDP, isang green. So we have 6 Filipino-Canadians running. And we wish them all the best. I hope hindi lang isa, dalawa o tatlo, or even lahat sila manalo.
Yes.
So we can realize the dream of having a representation in Ottawa or the House of Commons.
Yeah, let's claim the victory of all those 6 candidates already. You know.
I like the word. Let's claim the victory. Yan ang gusto ko sa iyo, pare kong Philip eh. Talagang optimistic ka. Of course. At ito, i-monitor namin ito mga kaibigan come selection. And
live coverage? Live coverage ba tayo?
Yes.
Magla-live coverage tayo sa Monday?
Yep. Titingnan natin ang schedules natin, and hopefully we can do that. All right? Okay. So magpapaalam na po kami in behalf of Tapatan. Ito po ang inyong lingkod, si Von Canton, nagpapasalamat at sinamahan nyo kami. And we see you, we're looking forward to see you next week or the Monday election para ipaabot sa inyo yung update, pag-usapan natin sa loob ng programa, and i-celebrate natin itong hindi lang yung election, ano. Excited ako dun sa mga kumakandidatong Filipino-Canadians. That's why ito yung gusto nating tutukan, because gusto natin to, pride natin ito. Kaya wag natin pabayaan, suportahan niyo po. Diyan sa Winnipeg Center, si Paul Ong, si Kimberly Bremner, diyan sa Vancouver Kingsway, si Elizabeth Pinto, diyan sa yung family lawyer natin diyan sa Oxford. And then of course, dito sa malapit lang sa akin, Mississauga, Sturgeville, si Richie Valdez. So
and birthday niya kahapon, ha?
Natin yan.
Happy birthday, Richie, yesterday.
Yes, happy birthday, Richie. Yes.
I hope to get your early birthday present. Late birthday present on Monday. Yeah.
Okay. So paalam na tayo, partner, and see you back next week.
Yes. Good.
And don't forget to vote on Monday. All right.
Don't forget to vote. At again, thank you so much for sinamahan nyo kami, and God bless at magandang buhay. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Okay. Bye.
Ang programang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Action Honda, where car ownership is made easy. Located at 4334 Kingston Road, Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Come to Action Honda. Whether bibili ka o hindi, it's always a pleasure to talk sa kababayan. Mabuhay!
Great car deals in action. Your Filipino friends ready at your service. Test drive at Action Honda today.
Bidang-bida ka pag nanalo ka ng bagong bahay sa pina-level up na TFC Win From Home Season 2. Just watch, answer, and win. Manalo monthly or win the pina-level up na grand prize, a brand new house and lot. Just watch TFC shows and movies every day. Choose TFC sa online form and answer the question of the day. Join us at TFC Win From Home Season 2.